Hello, everybody. I am so glad you could join me today. I am going to be presenting to you pediatric suicide and how we can revise the narrative to one of hope. Scene 1. Understanding the magnitude of pediatric suicide. In order to understand the magnitude of the problem that we're dealing with, it's very important that we know the statistics. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for 10 to 24-year-olds in the United States. In 2020, suicide was the 10th leading cause of death for children ages 5 to 9. It's really important for your parents to put on those 3D glasses. Really take a look around because suicide does not discriminate. It doesn't matter the age, race, or gender. From 2006 to 2021, 78 children who committed suicide were those aged 6 to 9. Suicide attempts are higher in females than in males. In 2019, emergency departments saw a rapid rise in adolescents with suicidal ideations and suicide attempts. If you all will just take a moment to look at these graphs with me, I will show you some rates and statistics on suicide. In 2000 and 2022, the rates increased in males as to where previously the rates had been higher in females. Rates are higher in Caucasian, non-Hispanic males, and generally they are higher in areas in the South than in the North or West or East. And children were most often committing suicide by hanging and suffocation. Moving on to scene 2, know the risks. If you guys can take a moment and look at this concept map that I created, I'm going to show you some risks that will increase the potential for your child to have suicidal ideations and or suicide attempts. So we're going to start in the middle with risks. There can be family issues, there can be health issues, or social issues. Social issues can include rejection, breakups, being bullied, gender issues, homosexuality. Family issues can include homelessness, financial concerns, being adopted or neglected, family discord, or abuse within the home. Health issues can include the loss of a loved one or a sick parent or loved one, the child themselves being sick and not being able to cope, having anxiety or depression, or a friend that's ill. Also important to note is to not be naive. Lock up your alcohol, your medications, and your guns. Scene 3. Know the signs. Sign number 1 of suicidal ideations, letters. Sign 2, talking about death or killing themselves, or texting family and friends morbid messages. Sign 3, risky behaviors, breaking laws, smoking, drinking, breaking curfew, and engaging in sexual behaviors. Sign 4, behavior changes, becoming withdrawn, crying, exhausted, changes in hygiene or appearance, and loss of interest in friends and activities. Scene 4, get to know your child. It's very important to be present at home and tune into your child. It's not always the case, but studies have shown that 9 out of 10 adolescents and children who committed suicide were struggling with mental illness prior. A good way to get to know your child is to ask them questions. When they get home from school, ask them how their day was. Ask them if there's anything that they would have changed about today. Ask them if anything made them happy or sad, and always tell them that you love them and you're proud of them. Also, have those hard conversations. Research has shown that many adolescents prior to suicide had informed their parents that they wanted to kill themselves or they didn't want to be around any longer. When they come to you with these concerns, you must be empathetic, calm, and listen. Don't speak. When your child comes to you with mental health concerns or suicidal ideations, encourage them. Encourage them to get rest, to have a proper diet, to exercise, spend one-on-one time with them, and encourage them to go out with their friends and continue activities that they love. Scene 5. Know your available resources before it's too late. Many of you are probably wondering, where do I start? If my child comes to me and says that they're struggling with depression, anxiety, or suicidal ideations. It's very important to understand that the treatment depends on the underlying cause. Once the underlying cause has been identified, then you can seek the proper treatment. There's therapy and counseling services for family and individuals. You can help eliminate stressors in their life. You can also talk to their pediatrician. Or if you want a pharmacological treatment, if the other things have failed, there are mood stabilizers that help with depression and anxiety. To leave you all with the National Hotline for Mental Health Crisis Prevention and Suicide. You can put this on your refrigerator, keep it in your car, put it in your child's backpack. But all you have to do is pick up your phone and dial 988. There's someone to speak with you 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week. Suicide is a real problem. It's very important that we never think that our children are exempt from suicide or mental illness, and that we understand the risks, the ways to get help, and really tune in and listen to your children. If we all band together, we can help stop the suicide epidemic.